From London down to Hastings.
How old are you?
I was about 17 and a half. He was a gay man in his mid-70s. Well, what she actually did was she put her arm round my neck and tried to kiss me.
She did. What had led her to believe that this was a possibility? What had happened?
The mistletoe on the wing mirror.
The third guy was deaf. The fourth was a farmer. He said that he was fed up with his family, so he took me all the way to Hastings.
Rather than use a flannel or a sponge, I wash with an orange.
David's team, what do you think?
How do you use the orange?
Well, I mean, you know, citrus fruits are...
Instinctively, I think Carol doesn't believe it.
I don't know, she's... Look, I mean, citrus fruits are known to be very good for your skin. Then you wash it off with water, just with your hands, and then the best bit is to then take the other side of the orange and buff your skin.
Oh. I'll tell you what, this is a northern man's nightmare. Washing and fruit.
Honestly, it's fantastic. And you smell so fabulous.
Can I come over and have a smell?
Oh, the old Welsh chat-up line.
Test the temperature of my bath with my ear.
Here we are, Lee.
Well, two things, Hugh. Firstly, it amuses me to test it with my ear. And secondly, I'm a big fan of the bath and I like to get it right, and I think it's more sensitive. I sometimes test food, the heat of food, by my ear as well.
Could you mime the process of how you put your ear in the bath?
No,
Can you just kneel down and show us roughly how it works?
It's literally, so say the bath is...
Can I be the bath?
Where's... Use the bath. Not just say this is the water. That's quite low down.
That's convenient, isn't it? That perfect height.
No, but it's not.
I can adjust it. I'll be the bath. There's the water. Oh, bit of ear. Got me. That was very well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done. How did the accident
Your
happen?
classic sports day wheelbarrow race. Child is the wheelbarrow. I was driving my son as a wheelbarrow, and Mick's mum, Barbara, was driving him. And there's always a lot... I feel our family gets a lot of pressure on sports day because my husband was an international rugby player and I did sport, and people always look at us as if they're the ones to beat. So we were in the lead, my son and I. And you know, like in your peripheral vision, you can feel somebody coming. And as we got to the turn, they were level with us. And my son's arm buckled, and which is, for a wheelbarrow race, is a bit of a no-no. So it takes you a couple of seconds to recover. So now we're behind.
Quite painful for your son as well. Perhaps that should be the main concern.
we got back level with them, and I'm ashamed, obviously, about what happened next. So I can feel, you know, these horrible thoughts coming into my mind. You know, we could take him out. You know, we could.
Wow.
And I stood on his hand. And so I know.
You were thinking we should take him out.
So he then slightly buckled. So
Which is a no-no.
He got himself back into the race, and I decided that I couldn't let us win because that could be construed in some people's eyes as cheating, standing on the opposition's hands.
And in some people's eyes, physical assault.
So I had to then sabotage us because I couldn't let us win. So I deliberately kind of pushed my son into the ground. I kind of just, you know, pretended to trip onto Reuben. So, right. And then his arms buckled, double buckle, which is a no.
No.
And that meant...
Reuben is your boy?
Yes, oh gosh, yes.
You know, the one with the face like that.
And then blamed it on my friend's dog.
Why did you wet yourself in a car?
Because I needed a wee in a car.
So whose car was it?
My car.
Your car? You peed in the car?
Yeah.
Were you in a... Is there a good reason for that? Were you in a traffic jam after a large bottle of Evian?
Oh, it's, well, just tap water, probably. Well, to be fair, if it was plumbed in, I'd have probably had a toilet in there as well.
Was he a bit confused that the dog was driving?
No, because it wasn't on the driver's seat.
You changed seats for a week. That is dangerous.
You change seat in a traffic jam where you're in control of the vehicle.
You can't buy class, can you?
A pleasant afternoon riding around topless on a motorbike.
Who's your boyfriend? When was this? I mean, just give us an approximation.
Oh, decades ago.
How many decades?
Oh, no.
No what?
Don't make us say that.
All right, which century?
I don't remember.
Well, let me rephrase the question. Did he have anything out?
Well, he had his arms out.
Because...
Well, no, actually, I had a scarf tied around my top.
Oh, and then
Right.
he took that off on the motorbike. That's very dangerous. Could have got caught in the wheels.
Well, what happened is, because we were going so fast, the scarf fell round my waist.
If you were holding on to him, I guess. So you weren't in a position to put it back on.
No.
And
What are you thinking, Vicky?
I think it's true.
You think it's true as well?
I think she's a wild child.
My house after I set off an alarm in my bikini bottoms. It was the house alarms. I was actually ironing in the garden with my bikini on, and I had the remote control for the alarms tucked down my bikini.
Let me stop you there.
I love that commitment to ironing. I haven't ironed anything since the late 90s. Very good.
we can tell, Lucy.
Yeah.
And in your bikini bottoms was the remote control for what?
That set off the house alarms.
For the burglar alarm?
Yes,
essentially.
so I don't know what you call them.
A panic button.
Like a panic button, yeah.
So what happened when you pressed the alarm? Who was alerted and what did they do?
So I didn't know because it doesn't set the alarms off. It just rings the police. And so 15 policemen came round the corner.
They shouted, no, start with the collar, then the sleeves.
So I don't know.
How did they react? Did they see the funny side?
Yes.
No, she wasn't facing them. I'm so sorry.
I know that's rude, but I can't quite figure out why.
4 people to rescue me after I got stuck in a baby's cot. Well, because I was trying it out, just to see how it felt.
Did you not have a cot when you were a baby?
I did, but I couldn't remember what that felt like.
So
Wait a second. No, it was in a cot shop.
Showroom.
Yes, it was in a show. Thank you.
Were you thinking of having a child?
I was pregnant.
Oh, you were very pregnant.
I was
at the time?
pregnant,
Ah.
so I was there, and I thought I can't buy a cot without trying it. Like, you know, you need a test drive of beds. You know,
I'm glad you weren't buying a potty.
Yes, good. Excellent. Well, there were ridges, you know, bars on the side of the cot, and I sort of just wheeled myself in, and then it was embarrassing.
Wheeled yourself in?
Frontwards. Yes, so like a dive, like a swallow dive.
But those things usually come down, don't they, at the side a bit? You can sort of move them down
That's
a
what
bit.
I did. What I did...
Oh, wow.
Did somebody help you?
The people had to help me.
Four people.
In the cot. Exactly.
Who were
4
these people?
Well, they were just the people who worked in John Lewis.
4 people's a lot.
Or maybe it's just a good service at John Lewis. It is a good shop.
Well, Debbie, so you used to pull Jonathan out of a top hat?
Yeah.
And so, how old was he then?
About 6 months.
6 months.
Was he a rabbit at that stage? He's grown up into a lovely bunny.
What a cougar comment that was.
For it though, look, he's aflame with desire. Look at him.
He's got...
All right. We need an answer. So, David's team. Is Jonathan Debbie's magic mate, Bob's brewing buddy, or Lee's car wash companion?
I can't believe Lee's story is the kind of story I would have to invent to tell my husband if I'd been in a car with Jonathan for 3 hours.